Hey everybody, it's Harrison from Bardwell Farm. Spring is sprung and it's raining. Take cover, hail's coming. It's so windy out. I'm psyched to be able to be back out on the tractor breaking ground and being in my office outside. Hey guys, this is our one shank subsoiler that we use to subsoil the ground. This is a shank that goes down about 1.5 feet, 2 feet into the soil, as you can see. And what we do is we go on a diagonal from where we usually plant in the field. And what this is doing is ripping up the compaction in the plow pan in the field from plowing and tilling every year, so that water can drain and that the plants that we're growing, the roots can get down and grow and develop into the soil where they belong. So this we go through at the beginning of the season to rip through the ground. It's the first thing we do before the cover crops really emerge, and it will help with drainage and it'll help with compaction in our soils. This is the shank that rips down into the ground 1.5 to 2 feet below the surface of the soil, and this shank right here will go through and it will create a channel and open up a space for water to get through. You can see the point right here in the shank, and it's buried up into the soil about this high, and the rest of this is buried. And then this underneath kind of opens up a channel, 2 feet down to create more space for water and drainage to go through. And it's greenhouse time. Today I'm going to walk you through quickly how I transplant peppers, eggplant, and tomatoes in a few different cell trays. The pepper and eggplant we do in a 98 cell tray, and tomatoes we usually do in a 72 cell tray, which are those 10 by 20 plastic trays that we plant in, which you can see right here. So what we do is we start with our trays, we fill them with soil that has been dampened and moisturized. Is what we're doing is we're planting actual plants with roots into soil, and we're kind of ripping them from their current home and putting them into a new home, so as much moisture we can provide for those roots to suck up in that transition process is what we like to do. One tray usually takes me about 6 to 8 minutes, depending on how big the plant is, how big the root is. The smaller the plant, the easier it is for me to put in. These plants are a little bigger, so it takes me a little longer, but that's okay. And our end result is we get a tray that is full. We have 100% germination in it, so when we go to plant in the field, we know we're planting exactly 98 plants out of this one tray. Other than like the cabbage and stuff I do, we seed those trays with regular seeds, and you might get a few here and there out of the tray that don't come up. So things like these that are a long season crop, you want to be able to plant them or have a full planting when you go to plant in the field, and also have extras to fill in after you've planted, and that's called stocking over, which we'll get to in another month or two when we're planting in the field. So yeah, I'm going to show you a quick video of how we're transplanting, and I'm going to talk you through it. So what I do is I'll pull a clump out of the row tray and lay it in my hand like so, and then what I want to do is we'll carefully pull the roots out, or the plant out of the soil, and we'll just lay them on top of the surface of the tray. Like so. The smaller ones I usually put on the ends so they get a little more light when it going to grow and develop. Then I'll skip a row when it comes to planting. It makes it a little easier. And I'm just going to do 2 rows quickly to give you guys an idea of how this works. And like I said, when these plants are a little smaller, it goes a little faster, but you get a nice big root here and the plant's a little taller. So a little more fragile. I use this little stick. It kind of looks like a pencil. It's just a wooden dowel with a point on the end. And this is what I use to kind of stick the plant into the soil. So what I'm basically doing is grabbing the root. You don't want to grab on the stem. You want to grab the root because that's more flexible. And all I'm doing is pushing it into the center of the tray and kind of making sure it's upright. And I have heard people that have killed their whole crop because when they went to plant, they planted here and they snipped their stem. And they went back 3 days later and realized all their plants were dead. But I really like this technique. It's fast, it's efficient, and you're not disturbing the soil and the cell as much. You're kind of just quickly plopping it in there. So then once this is done, I'll take my plants again, and then I'll line them up in the middle, like so. And then I'll do the same thing, plant them. And by doing it this way, you're not getting in the way of the other plants that are laid out and crushing the stems or the leaves. And it just makes it more efficient. Hey guys, I'm going to show you quickly how we do a soil sample in our fields. So right here I have a soil probe in my hand, and what this does is it pushes into the soil however many inches we want to collect our data. So we usually try to go down at least 8 inches, so we'll get the first 8 inches of topsoil, and what we'll do is we'll go periodically throughout the field about 5 to 6 probes per acre to get an average mix of the soil for the plot that we're looking to get sampled on. So what I'm going to do with this is clean up a nice area of the soil where there's no matter on top, where I get nice fresh soil sticking out, and I'm going to stick this in the ground about 8 inches, and you'll see we get a nice soil probe like this. And so what we're going to do with this is we're going to dump this into our bucket along with our other samples, and when we're done, we'll take what's in the bucket and we'll mix it all together so we have one average sample of soil. And then we'll take that bag that we were talking about and we'll put that 1 to 2 cups of soil in here, and then this will get shipped off to the soil lab, and then in about a week or two I'll get some results back of what our soil needs, what's in our soil, things like that. So once the soil results get back from the lab, I'll be able to determine the pH, which pHs range anywhere from about 3 up to 8 or 9. And then you'll be able to find the organic matter in the soil, and your NBK, so your nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium levels in your soil, along with other micronutrients. And those are the essential things, amendments that plants need to thrive and survive and be healthy and grow and produce food that we like to eat. So from those soil results that we get, I'll be determining what this field needs for nutrients come springtime and when we're getting ready to plant. The farm stand is open! Hey guys, we opened the farm stand about a month earlier this year. It's pretty exciting, huh? We've been open for a few days now. We're selling pansies of different sizes. We have 10-inch pots, we have 5-inch pots, and we have 6-packs. Coming soon for Easter next week, we'll have daffodils, hyanthus, and tulips. And then coming sooner, the 1st of May, get ready for the asparagus and spinach. Have any questions? Leave them in the comment section below. If you could please share our videos and our channel with all your friends and everyone